Hello, and welcome to Media Critique Chic. Today's episode, Case Study Sailor Moon S. Who has Sailor Moon listed under shows that are LGBT friendly? Most people who watched the American version of the series in the 1990s and early 2000s probably did not realize this. How can a children's series be so LGBT friendly? We just remember the Sailor Scouts kicking some serious butt. Indeed they did, and it was awesome. However, what many people don't know is that there are some major differences between the American version and the original Japanese version of the series, especially in the later seasons. And this also applies to the more recent reboots of the Japanese series in Japanese. So, one major difference in the third season of Sailor Moon S, which S stands for Super, was the portrayal of two lovely and fierce characters, Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune. In the American version, they were introduced as cousins, but in the original Japanese version and more recent Japanese reboot, they are a couple. I assume that the American producers or other showmakers did not want to have such a couple on a show targeted towards young people, particularly children, which is unfortunate because their sexual orientation did not take away from anything else in the show. Instead, their relationship further strengthened the bonds of friendship and love within the group, which is one of the main tenets of the series. When the producers changed them from lovers to cousins, Americans missed out on the awesomeness that the outer planet couple brought to the show. What I believe is even more amazing than their strong love for each other is the effect that Sailor Uranus had on the other Sailor Scouts. The first time Sailor Moon and Sailor Venus meet Sailor Uranus, they were completely smitten with her. And this is in both the American and Japanese versions. They believed she was a man, but it was still amusing to see them fight for her affections, particularly, when we all know that Sailor Moon already had a boyfriend. Poor Tuxedo Mask. When they finally find out that Sailor Uranus is a girl, they were heartbroken, but that in no way stopped them from being charmed by her mysterious demeanor. Throughout the season, the Scouts continued to be captivated by Uranus's presence. And what I liked about the Japanese version in particular, although you can see some snippets in the American version, is that Uranus's presence and relationship with the different people within the Sailor Scouts definitely added some complexity to friendship, to what close friendship looks like, and, obviously extending out to romance and love. There are many different levels of friendship, and that includes admiration for someone and closeness. And I think that her presence as a character definitely tapped into that. So the Sailor Scouts would often capture themselves being swept away by her protective demeanor. And they continued to blush as she talked kindly to them while she was also busy saving their lives. So here you can see the admiration for her as a friend and as a protector, which also blurs the lines of what the expectations for gender is. It was obvious that she had a way of drawing people in. She was strong and tender at the same time. As for the couple themselves, at first, Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune shied away from their romance, because of the we have to sacrifice our romance to save the world kind of thing. However, by the final season in the Japanese series, it was obvious that Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune were official. They were destined for each other, just like Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask, and we loved every second of their journey. Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune's personalities and their interactions with the other Scouts really portrayed the complexity of sexuality and friendship in such a playful way, and genuine way. The show's message was clear. Protecting the common good can only be achieved through the bonds of friendship and love has many layers. It is such a shame that American audiences could not see it. This has been Media Critique Chic. Until next time.